Think a worn-out penny is worthless? Think again. Some rare Lincoln pennies from certain states, even in bad condition, are worth millions of dollars. Today we're uncovering the most valuable state pennies that collectors can't stop chasing, and why a single coin in your pocket could be a fortune waiting to be discovered. First up, the 1993 D Lincoln penny, produced at the Denver Mint, is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series that began in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, continuing the legacy of one of America's most iconic coin designs. The obverse of this coin prominently features the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner, whose design has endured for over a century with minor modifications. And on the 1993 D, the portrait shows Lincoln's thoughtful, serious expression with a beard, hair details, and facial features that, while well-defined in mint condition, are often significantly worn on coins that have been circulated heavily or have poor/bad condition, causing flattening of his face, hair, and beard. The mint mark D, located just below the date on the obverse, signifies that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the two primary mints responsible for producing circulating pennies in the United States during this period. The other being Philadelphia, which did not use a mint mark, and San Francisco, which primarily produced proofs. The reverse of the 1993 D penny features the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the original wheat ears of the 1909 design, and shows the columns, steps, and central entrance of the memorial, which may be partially worn or barely visible on coins in poor condition. Yet the overall design remains identifiable. The coin is made from copper-plated zinc, a composition introduced in 1982 to reduce production costs, consisting of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, giving the coin a light weight of 2.5 grams and making it prone to oxidation, corrosion, and damage over time, especially in circulated coins. Poor condition coins often show significant discoloration, dark brown or reddish-brown toning, scratches, nicks along the rim, dents, and sometimes greenish spots due to the zinc core reacting with moisture or acids. The 1993 D penny was minted in extremely large quantities, as part of a total of over 10 billion Lincoln cents produced across all mints that year, making it one of the most commonly found coins from the early 1990s, and ensuring that a coin in bad condition is readily available in circulation, piggy banks, coin rolls, and collections. The high mintage and copper-plated zinc composition mean that low-grade coins hold almost no premium over face value, though they remain valuable for collectors completing full-date and mint-mark sets, teaching coin grading, or examining wear patterns. Numismatists often categorize poor-condition coins as good G4 or about good AG3, indicating extreme wear, smooth details, but still recognizable design features. Despite the low monetary value of a circulated 1993 D penny, it offers historical significance, demonstrating the Denver Mint's capacity for mass coin production in the early 1990s, reflecting U.S. currency practices post-1982, and showing how modern pennies age in circulation, including flattening of Lincoln's portrait, fading of the memorial steps and columns, darkened or uneven toning, and potential minor mint errors such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or weakly struck details, which, while uncommon, add points of interest for detailed collectors. The coin is also a snapshot of daily life in the 1990s, circulating widely in transactions, and accumulating wear from pockets, cash registers, vending machines, and coin jars, often leading to extensive surface damage, abrasions, and general wear that obscures fine details. Collectors interested in Lincoln Memorial pennies study such worn examples to understand circulation habits, environmental effects, and the impact of copper-plated zinc on coin longevity. While educators use these coins to teach coin grading, the importance of mint marks, and the evolution of U.S. coinage. The 1993 D penny, even in poor condition, connects to Abraham Lincoln's historical legacy, commemorates the Lincoln Memorial, and provides a tangible piece of American monetary history, reflecting trends in minting technology, mass production, and the transition from solid bronze to copper-plated zinc, as well as illustrating how everyday coins deteriorate over decades of use. Moreover, this coin can be part of thematic collections, such as pennies by mintmark, by year, or by condition, and can demonstrate differences between Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco production, subtle die variations, or even minor anomalies that can occur despite high-volume mass production. While its face value remains 1 cent, and its low-grade market value is minimal, it remains an important collectible for beginners and advanced numismatists alike, because it completes historical sequences, provides material for study of wear and circulation, and serves as a reference point for understanding Lincoln Penny's evolution. The 1993 D Lincoln Penny thus combines historical significance, mass production reality, and physical durability challenges, illustrating the life cycle of modern U.S. pennies. Coinage. From minting at the Denver Mint, distribution across the country, exposure to decades of handling, and eventual inclusion in coin collections, educational demonstrations, or numismatic research, all while maintaining the iconic design of Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, linking this common yet historically and educationally rich coin to over a century of American coinage tradition, minting innovation, and Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy as one of the most commemorated figures in United States currency history, with coins like the 1993 D providing both collectors and casual observers with a direct connection to everyday American life in the early 1990s, the practical realities of circulated coinage, and the fascinating interplay between design, material science, and historical commemoration, in a coin that remains widely available, yet endlessly instructive, serving as a physical representation of the evolution of penny production. The effects of circulation on copper-plated zinc coinage, the role of the Denver Mint, and the continuing popularity of Abraham Lincoln's image as a symbol of American history, leadership, and perseverance, with even the most worn examples telling stories of hands exchanged, machines processed, and decades passed, all while maintaining a tangible link to the Lincoln Memorial Series, U.S. monetary history, and the everyday lives of countless Americans who use these coins as small yet essential instruments of commerce, saving, and collecting, ultimately making the 1993 D Lincoln Penny in poor condition a coin of almost universal familiarity, educational importance, and historical resonance, despite its minimal financial worth, highlighting the fascinating intersection of design, circulation, wear, minting history, and collector interest in a single, small, copper-plated zinc disc that continues to captivate numismatists, students, and history enthusiasts alike. The 1981 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, a series that began in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and has become one of the most widely recognized and collected coins in United States history. The obverse of the coin features the familiar right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with finely detailed facial features, hair, and beard, that while clear on uncirculated coins, are often significantly worn or flattened on coins in poor condition. And the date 1981 appears prominently at the right, with no mint mark below it, indicating Philadelphia production, while the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial with its columns, steps, and central entrance, which, in worn examples, may show extensive flattening, loss of detail, or surface scratches, though the overall structure remains recognizable, giving collectors and casual holders alike a visual link to the iconic Washington, D.C. landmark. The coin is composed of copper-plated zinc, a formula adopted in 1982, But for 1981, pennies are still made from the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc, which makes them heavier than later zinc-based pennies, weighing 3.11 grams, but still prone to circulation wear, dents, scratches, and discoloration over decades of use, especially in poor condition, leading to flattened relief on Lincoln's face, smoothed columns on the memorial, darkened or uneven patina, rim nicks, edge dings, and sometimes surface abrasions from handling in pockets, cash registers, and coin rolls. The 1981 Philadelphia penny had a very large mintage, with hundreds of millions produced to meet daily transactional needs across the United States, meaning that finding a coin in poor condition is extremely common, and almost every household, bank, or collector has encountered these pennies in circulation, piggy banks, or change jars. In terms of grading, circulated 1981 pennies in bad condition are often classified as good, G4, or about good, AG3, showing severe wear, but still identifiable as Lincoln pennies with date visible. Although low-grade examples hold very little monetary premium over face value, their historical significance and role in completing date and mint sets make them interesting to collectors, particularly when studying the effects of circulation, environmental exposure, and handling on traditional copper pennies, as well as the differences in wear patterns between Philadelphia and Denver mint coins. The coin's worn state can provide insight into decades of daily life, showing the impact of mechanical contact, chemical exposure, moisture, and friction on a solid copper coin, including the formation of toning or greenish spots from oxidation, loss of fine details in Lincoln's portrait and the memorial, and sometimes minor die errors or production anomalies that, while rare, can add interest even to an otherwise common circulated coin. Collectors often examine 1981 pennies for subtle varieties, slight die cracks, weak strikes, or doubling, which can occur even in high-volume production and may sometimes elevate the interest in otherwise low-value coins. The Philadelphia Mint's role in producing these coins reflects both the historical importance of Philadelphia in U.S. history, coinage, and the technical processes used to mass-produce coins for commerce, demonstrating the interplay of design, metallurgy, and striking techniques that yield coins with consistent weight, dimensions, and relief, yet subject to human observation reveals slight variances in striking pressure, planchet preparation, or die condition. The 1981 penny, even in poor condition, remains a cultural artifact, representing everyday American life, monetary circulation, and the continuity of Lincoln's presence on the 1-cent coin, connecting collectors and casual observers to over a century of numismatic tradition, while also serving as a study example for coin grading, preservation, and the effects of long-term handling and environmental exposure on solid copper coinage. While modern zinc-based pennies are lighter and more prone to corrosion, the 1981 copper penny demonstrates durability, resilience, and how metal composition affects aging and wear patterns, with the coin serving as both a historical and educational tool, offering lessons in numismatics, material science, and the evolution of minting techniques, while also illustrating the high-volume production realities of U.S. currency. The coin's mass circulation ensures that almost all surviving examples are well-worn, making low-grain coins highly accessible but of limited financial value, though they retain significance for completing historical collections, demonstrating wear and circulation, and teaching collectors about subtle production anomalies, environmental effects, and grading principles. Even in bad condition, a 1981 Philadelphia Lincoln penny provides a physical connection to Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy, the Lincoln Memorial design, Philadelphia mint production practices, and decades of American monetary history, illustrating the passage of time through flattened features, darkened patina, scratches, and worn rims, and linking modern collectors to past generations who used, saved, or discarded these pennies as part of daily commerce. Furthermore, Coins like the 1981 penny help illustrate the evolution of coin collecting, the importance of mint marks, the technical aspects of coin striking, and the cultural significance of Lincoln as a figure commemorated on American currency, with even the most ordinary worn examples serving as a gateway into numismatic study, historical exploration, and educational demonstrations, highlighting the interplay between design, circulation, and preservation, while offering a tangible artifact representing the Denver and Philadelphia Mint's roles in shaping the nation's coinage, the production of circulating currency in the late 20th century, and the physical durability of solid copper coins under decades of handling, exposure, and circulation, making the 1981 Philadelphia Lincoln penny in poor condition a ubiquitous yet historically rich piece of American coinage, valuable not for its market price, but for its story, educational potential, and connection to both Lincoln's legacy and the broader historical narrative. The everyday lives of countless Americans who carried, spent, and saved these pennies over 40 years, ensuring that even a small worn coin continues to hold relevance, insight, and fascination for collectors, historians, educators, and enthusiasts who study the enduring imprint of Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial on U.S. coins, the practical realities of coin circulation, and the evolution of minting technology, production scale, and coin preservation, providing a uniquely tangible link between history, daily life, and the enduring American penny, which remains one of the most recognizable and studied coins in the world. The 1995 D. Lincoln penny, struck at the Denver Mint as indicated by the D mint mark located below the date on the obverse, is part of the Lincoln Memorial series that ran from 1959 to 2008, a series created to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and to continue honoring one of the most iconic figures in American history. And the obverse features the familiar right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB first appeared on the original 1909 Lincoln cent, and whose design has endured for over a century, showing Lincoln's hair, beard, and facial features that are prominent on uncirculated coins, but on coins in poor condition, these details often become flattened, with the beard, nose, and cheek areas losing definition, the hairlines blending into the smooth surface, and the date and mint mark remaining visible, but often worn or slightly flattened due to decades of circulation. The reverse of the 1995 D penny continues the Lincoln Memorial design, featuring the memorial's facade with its stately columns, central doorway, and steps, which, in low-grade coins, are often heavily worn, leaving only the rough outline of the structure visible, and sometimes with faint horizontal lines representing the steps, while the fine details of the columns and the inscription inside the memorial are lost due to circulation and environmental wear. The coin is composed of copper-plated zinc, a composition that had been standard for pennies since 1982, consisting of 97.5% zinc core and 2.5% copper plating, weighing 2.5 grams and making it lighter than the pre-1982 solid copper pennies. While this composition is more economical, it is also more susceptible to wear, corrosion, discoloration, dents, scratches, edge nicks, and oxidation, which can lead to greenish spots or uneven brownish toning on the surface, particularly in coins that have been heavily circulated or improperly stored. The 1995 D penny was minted in extremely high numbers, with the Denver Mint producing over 1 billion coins in that year to meet transactional needs across the United States, which means that circulated examples, even in poor condition, are extremely common, and almost every collector, bank, or individual who used pennies in the 1990s has encountered several of these coins, often found in pockets, wallets, vending machines, or rolled coin batches, leading to a natural accumulation of wear and damage over decades. Coins in poor condition are typically graded good, G4, or about good, AG3, reflecting severe flattening of Lincoln's portrait, worn rims, and heavily smoothed reverse details. Yet they remain identifiable as 1995D Lincoln Pennies, retaining the mint mark and date, which are crucial for collectors who aim to complete a full date and mint mark set of Lincoln Memorial pennies. While the face value remains 1 cent, these worn coins are of interest to collectors and numismatists for several reasons, including their role in teaching coin grading, understanding circulation wear, observing the effects of copper-plated zinc over decades, and occasionally spotting minor minting anomalies or die variations, such as slight doubling, off-center strikes, weakly struck areas, or die cracks, which, while rare, can occasionally elevate a coin's interest beyond its typical value. The 1995D penny in poor condition also serves as a historical artifact, showing how coins circulated in everyday life, from being exchanged in cash registers, vending machines, parking meters, and small purchases, to being stored in piggy banks, jars, and wallets, which leads to physical wear patterns, scratches, abrasions, rim nicks, and color changes, providing numismatists and collectors with insights into circulation habits, environmental effects on copper-plated zinc coins, and the durability of mid-1990s pennies. The coin connects directly to Abraham Lincoln's legacy, as his portrait continues to be one of the most recognizable symbols on American currency, while the reverse Lincoln Memorial reflects not only national pride, but also artistic and historical significance, demonstrating the careful balance of artistry and mass production in U.S. coinage. Even in poor condition, the 1995D penny illustrates how millions of coins, despite heavy circulation, maintain enough detail to be identifiable and studied, offering lessons in minting technology, material science, and coin preservation, while also showing the effects of decades of handling, exposure to moisture, and contact with other coins on copper-plated zinc surfaces. Collectors often use coins like this to complete sets, to teach new numismatists about grading, or to observe wear patterns and toning differences between coins from the Denver Mint and those from Philadelphia. And the coin also serves as a tangible connection to 1990s America, providing a snapshot of daily life, commerce, and currency use during that period, while highlighting the differences between low-grade circulated coins and higher-grade uncirculated examples, which may have sharper relief, richer color, and clearer details. The 1995D penny in bad condition also allows collectors to study subtle variations and anomalies that can occur even in high-volume production, including die cracks, double strikes, or slightly off-center minting, all of which are fascinating for numismatists. While the coin's worn surface teaches valuable lessons about handling, cleaning, storage, and the chemical effects of zinc and copper in long-term circulation. Despite its low monetary value, a 1995D penny in poor condition remains historically significant, educational, and culturally relevant, showing how coins age, how circulation impacts design details, and how mint mark identification is crucial for collectors completing date and mint mark collections. It provides a direct link to Abraham Lincoln's continued presence on U.S. currency. The Lincoln Memorial design legacy, and the production practices of the Denver Mint during the mid-1990s, while also illustrating the lifespan of copper-plated zinc pennies in everyday use, the impact of environmental exposure, and the durability of coin design under constant handling. Ultimately, the 1995D Lincoln penny in poor condition is a ubiquitous yet historically and educationally rich artifact, demonstrating mass production, circulation wear, compositional effects, numismatic interest, and the enduring symbolism of Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln Memorial, and the American penny, making it a coin that is widely available, yet endlessly instructive for collectors, students, and enthusiasts. Coinage, coin grading, minting practices, and the fascinating intersection of history, art, and everyday currency. with even the most worn examples serving as tangible connections to over a century of Lincoln penny production, daily life, monetary history, and the evolving story of American numismatics, showing how a single small coin can tell the story of design, production, circulation, wear, preservation, and cultural significance, all while maintaining its identity as a 1995 D Lincoln penny, a small yet powerful artifact linking modern collectors to both the past and the ongoing legacy of Lincoln on U.S. coinage, with each scratch, discoloration, flattened relief, and rim wear telling a unique story of decades of transactions, handling, and exposure, providing both educational and historical insights that go far beyond its face value, making even a worn 1995 D penny a fascinating subject of study, reflection, and appreciation for numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. Please like and subscribe to my channel.